I've been living in Dakota for, I think, 20 over years.
以前的屋子比较有人情味啦，好过了。现在的新屋子比较少。
我不要搬，他要拆我一定要搬。
Actually, I've hardly seen this sort of designs. Dakota Crescent has been here since the 1950s. For the residents, this isn't just four walls and a roof. It's home.
It is the mother of all housing estates, with a special place in the hearts of Singaporeans, old and young.
Welcome to Lion City, where we grew up.
In a recent music video that went viral, local rap artist Sugar Shay paid homage, not to bling or fashion trends, but to the nostalgic charm of spaces like Dakota Crescent. These days, it is not just young musicians who are attracted to Dakota, but also budding heritage enthusiasts.
So how long ago was this?
About 30 over years to 40 years. Come sit down.
Hello, Mr. Chandra.
How are
Hello.
How are you?
Come open your chicken rice and eat. Don't be shy. What to be shy?
Gao Wenxin and Leong Yiting are collecting personal histories from the residents of this 57-year-old estate.
I've taken a photo of you. You're the goalkeeper, right?
Yes, yes.
I first got into history because I had a very inspiring history teacher when I was 14. At that time, I was also involved in a lot of community service, and that was the first time I was exposed to people with stories to share and histories to tell.
This is just behind us, right?
Yes. This is my son playing a pool upstairs.
I was born in China, in Hefei, but I grew up in Singapore. One thing I remember was going back to China, looking out the window, expecting to see all the places I recognized when I grew up. But what I saw outside the window was a completely different place. And that made me feel like I didn't know it anymore.
These two young Singaporeans are trying to connect to a piece of Singapore's past before it's too late. They are curious about the communal spirit that used to exist in the villages of the past, known as kampongs.
So was there a kampong spirit here?
When I was a kid, yes. That kampong spirit back then was freestyle. Create things to have fun with it. Enjoy the natural environment. Even this is built not naturally, but it's been here for ages. I think it's beautiful. It's whole pristine.
Since Singapore became a nation in 1965, its population has tripled to over 5.4 million. With this population boom, Singapore has had to replace the kampongs with ever taller and denser housing. Dakota Crescent is one of the few neighbourhoods to have survived this rapid redevelopment.
Post-war flats like Dakota Crescent, the whole concept was to actually design residential blocks within open spaces. And that's why you can see in Dakota Crescent, you've got very beautiful green spaces.
Wenxin and Yiting are meeting architectural expert Li Wai Fong to better understand the unique design of Dakota Crescent.
The balconies are placed in a staggered manner to create a visual interest on the facade. And in fact, when you go to the other side of the block, you realize the facade is done in an entirely different manner.
When I was growing up, I lived in a HDB flat with a common corridor like this.
Yeah, me too. And I used to remember seeing a lot of these screens. It's an interesting lattice pattern to bring breeze into the whole corridor. It's a very well-ventilated space. This is designed by the same architect who designed the Dragon Playground in Toa Payoh. And this is one of the more beautiful parts of Dakota Crescent. However, given its riverfront setting, There will always be commercial pressures to redevelop this part of Dakota Crescent.
以前这边的环境是怎么样的？
乱迷人的吗？
你怎么知道
啊，这个到印尼往发展，以前新加坡啊就乱七八糟的，新加坡全部是鸦片，现在是白粉了，你们就要小心了。转接老公啊，看有没有这个。
安哥有没有在这个照片里面？
站在后面保护他吗？
保护李光耀。
你以前保护他很危险吗？
危险了，哪里不危险了？他的流氓啊，不是一般的，不是一个，几百个的。
Dakota residents, like Lam, are custodians of a living history, aware that change is the only constant in Singapore.
这些花很美耶。
你如果搬出去的话，这些花怎么？
就搬去我管他了，放这边了，邮政我丢了。
哦，很可惜。那安哥会不会想念这个地方？
想念都没有用啦，还回头咩？没有为了回头了，是吧？
With Dakota Crescent slated for redevelopment, these are precious times for the elderly at the Neighbourhood Care Centre. For the past 9 years, this communal club has been a beacon for its members.
Hey Manuel, how are you? Okay, I'm Roger. Basically, I'm the center manager for this Dakota Crescent area here. What we are doing here for the past 9 years is to reach out to the elderly residents here. We want to give each and every one of them a very, very happy experience.
And just across the road is the start of another day for the newest kid on the block, CK Food.
It's a hot long black, so it's a double shot espresso. It's very similar to Kopi O. The location itself is very unique, whereby on one side is like old folks, the other side is actually those very modernized expats and Singaporeans. Very often, customers, they'll tell me a lot of stories of how they grew up here. They'll actually bring the children to where they used to stay. Then the parents probably tell the children, oh, that is where I used to play marbles, goli. And that reminded me of how my kampong used to be, the friendliness, the togetherness. This was actually a very famous provision shop, and I got to know that this place was up for sale. So immediately I jumped at the chance and we bought it the day after.
就是不好才不做了，没有什么怀念了，就是杂货店就是这样卖了，这个结够了，一天过一天。
说有时候他们没有什么东西就直接下来，也不用给钱的，因为认识的嘛，就是拿了先，然后他们才结算。
没有去过里面做嘞，因为它东西太贵啊，一杯咖啡5、6块啊，太贵啊。
Hi Roger, Happy New Year.
This cafe is more for the younger generation and working adult, not so much of elderly.
I'm aware that when we first moved in, a lot of residents don't really welcome us because what we are bringing into the neighborhood is something very new to them. But we have been trying really hard to make them feel that we are part of the neighborhood, and we'll see how things go.
Making a connection to the residents is just one of many issues on CK's mind.
It was about a month into operation, gotten news that Dakota Crescent will be taken back at the end of 2016. In fact, that night, both me and my wife, we couldn't really sleep. I could see tears welling up in our eyes. I hope to find a way out eventually.
Of course, it's with sadness that we are moving away from this estate, which has so many good memories.
Of course, I'm very sad to move from here. If you allow me to stay here, I will stay here forever.
This estate needs perhaps renewal.
Will throw you haters a pow, but yo, I like it like that. Homie, how that drum sound worth to everybody that was born and raised in Queenstown.
Queenstown is a public housing estate, which predates even Dakota Crescent. Wenxin and Yiting are meeting Kwek Lee Yong. He has started a heritage trail so that a wider public can appreciate this historic estate.
There's these 3 first HDB flats. You will be visiting there later. Queenstown is an important start for many of Singapore's social institutions. We have the first HDB flats, the first sports complex, the first branch library.
I took some pictures just now, and this is going to be where the museum's going to be, right?
Oh yeah, this is the Commonwealth Avenue Wet Market, and it's conserved last year. And we hope that this museum can be a source of inspiration for the community to give us more stories and share more photographs.
It sounds quite amazing that you've been doing this for 6 years. I'm very impressed by Leon's really gung-ho spirit in trying so hard to get the community together.
I guess it's time to just like reassess stories that we've collected in Dakota and consider what can we do with it.
Inspired by Queenstown's success, Wenxin and Yiting make Dakota's memories come alive.
Yeah, so we're wondering if you have any old photos.
So there's a lot of memories here.
如果有得选择，我还是会喜欢这里。
There's nothing to be sad about because the old never go, the new never come.
菜刀馆我们不懂，变成外国地方了，不像新加坡了。
This might be the last Chinese New Year in Dakota Crescent.
谢谢 Auntie。
照片给你啊，给你看。
A new year brings about a new resolve in Wenxin and Yiting.
Yeah, so we're wondering if you have any old photos.
They are doubling their efforts in their archival project on the Dakota Crescent estate.
Yeah, she looks really young here.
This one is...
Housing was a key priority when Mr. Lee and his team took office. There was a severe shortage. People lived in slums in the city.
Singapore has achieved so much because we are not afraid of changes, and I will learn from that. We are going to Tiong Bahru to take a look at the possible location for the next cafe.
Completed in the 1930s as Singapore's first public housing estate, Tiong Bahru was given conservation status in 2003. This neighbourhood was recently revitalised when new eateries and boutiques mushroomed.
So we have a very creative culture here, and there's a very strong cafe culture here as well.
Real estate agents like Anna Teo have been advising clients on the potential of Tiong Bahru's properties.
So this unit is about 1,500 square foot. So the upper deck should be able to sit about 10 tables, and the lower deck about 5 tables. So in terms of price, yeah, between $11,000 to $12,000 a month.
Tiong Bahru is just too commercialized, and a lot of the elderlies have already moved out, so it has already become a very hipster place. The rental rates that they're asking for is about 6 to 7 times more than what we are paying now. Frankly speaking, we won't be able to find another place like Dakota Crescent.
the wedding one's quite cute. I think the purpose of a photo exhibition is to create that space for residents, whether they're current or ex-residents, to reconnect again. And that's how you keep a place alive, by bridging those memories.
Yeah, it is a flat. Sometimes can be like about 50 centimeter. So they play water lah.
And I used to patronize the shop, you know. The boss.
The
Yeah, I used to.
provision shop.
He got the telephone, I borrowed the phone.
There's a lot of memories here.
Hopefully they can preserve some of the stuff.
Very nice pictures. Were they really, happy to give the photographs?
I think most of the residents here are quite keen to share about their lives here.
That's
And
good,
yeah. In Singapore, we don't ask where people live, we ask where people stay. And staying has a feeling of impermanence.
Dakota Crescent is really special because it has been here since the 1950s. So the residents have had the time to cultivate a real connection to the place. They don't just stay here, they actually live here.
Welcome to Lion City, where we grew up. HDB party on a river valley with all of my Karangunis. Brother, come and holla at me.
Singaporeans from all walks of life are finding their own ways of preserving their childhood memories in a fast-changing Singapore. Local rapper Sugar Shay does it through his music.
Why I chose Dakota to shoot my music video was because there are a lot of different playgrounds that are left, but the buildings around it is already demolished. The Dakota playground was one of the only ones left that had a nice vibe for me to capture. Growing up in Singapore, especially if you live in an HDB, right, you kind of grow up around playgrounds, how everyone from different blocks can come together to a single playground and have fun together, and it just happens.
CK has decided to stay in Dakota Crescent for as long as he can. He has an idea to celebrate the kampong spirit of this neighbourhood.
So I'm thinking of organising an event.
Wow.
So
Remember
basically, it's
Dakota Crescent,
remember Dakota Crescent. I'll be getting Shigashe, who is a friend of mine.
Shigashe? Who is Shigashe?
Oh, Shigashe he's a famous local rapper. He loves the area and he's more than willing to perform over at this event.
Would you like to get the residents involved in the program also?
That'll be really good.
Yeah. We'll talk to them. Maybe I get my night dancer instructor to organize a small group.
That's great. That's great.
News of a special concert has rejuvenated the spirits of Dakota residents. They are eager to put on a good show and have started to rehearse. But CK needs more than just their support for the event to happen. Word of the concert has found its way to the top.
Well, I think that we can do more for preservation of our heritage. Personally, I felt a great loss when National Library was torn down. To me, it is such a loss of the good old days that I spent in that particular area.
Dakota Crescent's Member of Parliament, Lim Biao Chuan, has taken a personal interest in the concert.
It will not be too noisy, right?
No.
You will be able to manage the sound?
Yes,
it will end by 7?
Yes.
Okay.
Green light for the event has been given, and the government has even provided funding to cover part of the expenses. But it is not a party without guests.
Hi guys, we're going to have an event on the 12th of April. 你们是住在这边吗？
住50年了。
住50年了，所以
要未出事啊。
It's great to have the parties around here. It's late but not too late. And hopefully the party will keep these people happy around here.
Sweet. Thanks, yo.
I love your song.
Thanks, bro.
Sugar Shay is back in the neighborhood. And he is going to celebrate the spirit of the estate the best way he knows how.
Where do you think we should do the block party?
I mean, there's a badminton court here. We could try to do it. Playground's not bad.
They got that Tianki coffee shop, maybe like the second story coffee shop.
Why not? We could do it over there.
People over 60 and under 12 can get a free haircut from the barber.
Everyone in the neighborhood is geared up to have a great time.
And my 91-year-old mother is here as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right now, we have a little bit of droplets of rain, but that's not going to stop us. We are looking forward to a wonderful performance that is coming up very, very shortly.
The rain has failed to dampen the spirits of the people. In fact, it has brought everyone closer together.
Oh, you're moving out already, fantastic. No more rain. Weather is great now. 好，跟看到摆半到那再解掉，好 ，OK， heavy 啊 ，OK good， start or not？
远远就听到你们的声音了。I'm just glad to be a middleman by holding this event. Reconnect everyone, the past neighbors, the current residents. This in a way makes this area unique.
For Wenxing and Yiting, the celebration has bridged the generations.
Auntie uncle， 好不好？
I think the whole vibe was great, like not just the performances, but there were a lot of aunties and uncles who also came back to just visit this place and relive memories.
For many ex-residents, this is Dakota Crescent's last hurrah.
Our memories are tied in a lot with space. Now the place that I grew up in, where my earliest memories were formed, is going to be gone. So I mean, that's why I'm here. Like, you know, while it's still the way it is, to come and see it and to bring my children here as well.
Brings back many fond memories growing up here as a kid, but you know, as with everything else, I think we have to move on. So this is the last chance. You don't come back, there'll be nothing left.
All good things must come to an end.
Sugar, shade!
You know, some places have to go, but it's kind of like a bittersweet kind of feeling because like you know that when it's torn down, there's gonna be new beginnings, but you're gonna have to say goodbye to a lot of the tradition and the heritage.
Really happy that the event went smoothly as planned. The objective we want to drive across is for everyone to remember this place fondly. The feeling of kampong spirit we'll get to live on.
Have a good night, everybody.